Alright, we just picked up the new Husqvarna 2022 EE5. Kane's gonna do some riding. Hop on her, Kay. First thing, gotta hop on, throw the tether on. And then tip it up more so we can take the kickstand out. So here, now hop back on it. And then I'll tip it over for you. Ready? There you go. Okay, so put your feet back down. So how do we turn this on? You remember? We just picked it up. So what do you do? Yep, push it on that button. It's hard to see because you're up on the bike. So we push it for what, 3 seconds? Okay, so here's your display. Okay, so push it. We're in 2. Great. That's where you want to be, right? You want to be in power mode 2. So now rotate the throttle forward. Go forward. No, you're good. You're good. Go forward with it now. Okay, so now we went forward. Now we know we're live. So, okay. Go ahead and give us some footage. Go ahead and go that way. So we picked this bike up. They are normally 26 inches tall. We lowered it 2 inches. You can lower it 1 inch with the subframe, lowering it in the bolt holes. And then we lowered the rear shock 1 inch as well. So for him, he's coming off a PW. He's 6, he's 52 pounds. The spring's in the right range. It goes from 50 to 70 for the rear spring. So we set the sag. And the forks are currently at 2 bar, which are probably stiff for him because we're just trail riding. So we'll bump that down to 1.4, which is as low as we can go with it. And so for him, he can touch at least 1 foot really good. And we're currently in power mode 2. And so far you've ridden, let's see, I think you've ridden like almost 30 minutes and you still have over 70% of your battery. So for trail riding on level 2, we're doing great with the battery. So give us some more laps, Kay. Alright, so we're going to show you guys how to adjust the brake lever, because if you look at it, it's so hard for him to reach. This is stock for him. So all we need is a Phillips and a regular. So take our Phillips, we're going to take this little cover off of here. And it's not a super long screw, but you don't want to lose it. And then once you get on the back side of this, you'll see here, there's like a regular head screwdriver. So you can try to reach that, show everybody. Okay, so yeah, it's really hard to reach because you're littler. So if I screw this out, take your hand off for 1 second. See how much farther that's coming in? That's much easier for you to reach, isn't it? So now it can be a lot more comfortable when it comes time to needing that front brake. I don't know how far we can go. Okay, that's too far. So let's go back in. The O-ring has to be in.
Perfect.
So right there. Okay, so now all we gotta do is we're just gonna throw the little cover back on there. And that'll give you more confidence with your front brake, huh? Awesome. Alright, so we're also going to adjust his forks down. This is the air pump that comes with the bike. So when we picked the bike up, we got this and the charger. We'll show you the charger later. So this is the air pump that came with it. And we had to rotate the forks a little bit so we could get to that air screw, because we sunk the forks up in because we lowered the back of it, so we wanted to raise the forks in the triple clamps as well. And if I would have left it turned, there's no way we could have gotten our air pump on there. So turn the air pump on, and we're gonna go with bars just because that's what the forks are saying. Okay, so we're in the bar mode now, and all we do is we screw this into it. Okay, it's going on now. So let's see where we're at. Okay, so if we keep screwing this in, it'll pop a number up on this display here. Okay, so we're at 2.1, 2.3, 2.4, okay, 1.4. So we're gonna let a little bit of air out. So what we do is we're just gonna push in on this, and you might hear it. And since you're a lighter rider, okay, we're gonna turn this down to, we can go down to 1.4. That's 1.46, 1.48. I think because of the temperature, it's okay. 1.5, we'll call it. That's where we're gonna leave it for now. And if you don't touch this tool, it'll automatically turn off in 90 seconds. So all we gotta do now is put this back in. So we took quite a bit of air out, but you're a lighter rider, so we don't need a lot of air in there. That way our forks are gonna, oh yeah, you can feel that they're doing more, which is cool. So now we got our brake fixed and we got the air better. It's so funny, I can talk to him while he's riding, whereas brother I can't. It's like, hi Caden, how are you? You can talk back. So one of the cool safety features on this bike is so right now his throttle's active, so if he squeezes it, he's going to take off. So say if he crashes and his tether comes off, which is off now, say it was a crash, the throttle won't do anything. So that's kind of one of those safety things. So he can go ahead and connect that back on there. And so what he has to do now that it's reconnected, it's not going to take off. There's no throttle to it. So now Caden, grab your throttle, hey, and twist it forward for the beep. Okay, so I think you just put it in power mode 4 too. So does it feel different? Take off. You were in 2. Definitely more zip to it, huh?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Alright, so Caden's been riding for 50 minutes or so now, and the power level's still at 70%. So we're gonna let big brother here, let's give your brother a turn, Kay. Which we know Braxton's too big, but that's the point here at this point, was we're trying to see how quick can we try to drain this a little bit, because this is super impressive. Obviously I know we're not racing the bike, so they say 25 minutes, you know, for the kids that are racing, but Braxton's pushing 80 pounds with his gear. He's 10, and he's this big 10-year-old. So leave it there, Brax, and then we're gonna switch it over. There's 5, and then there's 6. Now we're gonna rotate the throttle forward because you're got your tether on. Let's rotate forward. Okay, so now go ahead and go. Let's see. Go ahead and give us some laps. So what do you think of your new bike, eh? It's pretty sweet. We got Braxton burning some laps on it to see if we can kill some of the power on it. I can still tell from here. So it's kind of cool. I can see that the lights are still, they're so bright. I can tell that it was still over 70%. So if we get to the point to where we're doing some hair scrambles, because that's what we like to do, every lap I'm going to be able to look and see pretty easily where he's at level. Like right there, you can easily see those LEDs, and we're still well above 70%. Alright, so after 10 minutes of him riding this bike at 85 pounds with all those heavy boots on, we finally knocked it below 70%. So we've got all of his time on it plus his brother's time of like 50 minutes. So it's pretty cool, Braxton. So why don't you just do like 2 or 3 more laps and we'll bring her back into the truck.
Okay.
So. Alright, just to wrap the video up, these are the 2 things that come with the bike. This is our air pump that we showed you earlier. We adjusted those forks down. This comes with the bike, and this is the charger that comes with it as well. This is the part that plugs into the wall. Got our wall plug, and then this plugs into the bottom of the charger down here. And then this part comes directly off the charger, and this plugs into the bike. It's got a pretty long setup, so no matter what you got going on, it should work. And this is where it plugs into the bike, is down here. You pull this cover off, and that's where it plugs in. So the last thing I'll show you guys is underneath the seat there's a master plug. It's just like the tether on the handlebar, except it's reverse polarity, and this is a master lock, so you can lock this in whatever gear you want it in, or mode. So say we want this in mode 2, we want the little guy changing it or bumping it, we put it in mode 2 here, and then we come down here, we just unplug this, and once that's unplugged, it's always going to stay in mode 2. So that's kind of cool. And then this is just a diagnostic tool for your dealer to plug into it. So if you guys liked the video, if it helped you, what do you think, Caden? You excited? If you can like and subscribe to our channel, we'll do some updates on this bike as we get some time on it. So far we've got an hour and a half on it, and as we go, we'll give you guys updates.